Hello everybody, LowTier4Life with my Blackluster Soldier deck profile. This deck is a lot of fun to play. It's super consistent, it is really good, and I feel like that it's a really underestimated. Like, it could potentially be competitive once it gets a little bit more support. And we are getting another BOS monster in the next set, but I don't feel like he's going to help out any. But, however, regardless, this deck is fun. And let's get on with this. So, I play 3 of the new BOS Ritual Monster. He's a really good monster, able to do a ton of damage by killing a monster in battle and doing that monster's attack points to your opponent. If he's killed by a battle or by card effect, he gets special summon any guide, a Fierce Night monster from your hand, deck, or graveyard. That helps keep your field presence and also thins out your deck a bit if you haven't drawn it already. And it's just a really good card overall. Especially when compared, especially when summoned using the Little Knights. Then I play 3 of each of these guys, the first 3 BOSs, the original, Envoy of the Beginning, and Envoy of the Twilight. I'm playing these for several reasons. First and foremost, I'm playing 2 trade-ins. These are trade-in targets, and there are ways to get them back and everything. Secondly, I like having more names. A lot of the BOS support says if you have a BOS or it needs a BOS, and so having more names means that I'm more likely to be able to use them. And so I feel like that really kind of maxing out right now is really useful. However, I'm not playing like 3 of these guys. No, that'd be stupid. So 1 of each I feel like is fine. You rarely ever summon this guy off of its own effect. Mainly summoning him off of Super Soldier Rebirth. I play 3 of each of the Knights, Beginning and Evening Twilight Knight. I feel like that they are absolutely mandatory at 3 of in this deck because of how good they are. Giving all 4 effects to a BOS Ritual Monster is just insane, and it can really stack up, and that is actually my main win condition with this deck, is using these guys with either of the BOS Ritual Monsters and just banishing everything my opponent has, banishing a card in their hand, and being able to attack twice and everything. It just is a really absolutely insane effect that these guys stack. Not to mention they search if they're banished out of your graveyard, which they most likely will be. So I really think that these guys are pretty good. Also, since they have 2,000 defense, that means sometimes they can stay around for a turn, and hopefully you'll be able to go into next season. The extra deck in this deck really does not matter because you almost never go into it. Next, I play 3 of the Super Soldier Soul. I like 3 of these guys right now because Rhoda is at 1. Now, if Rhoda was at 3, I'd probably be playing 1 or 2 of these guys instead of 3. But the fact that it can search out for either of the 2 Knights is really good. Additionally, it can become a BOS by discarding a BOS in your hand, which can open up plays with like Super Soldier Rebirth and protection with Super Soldier Shield and stuff. It also gives you the counters you need for the field spell, which we'll get to here shortly. I play 3 of the Manju. He searches out ritual spells and monsters, that's why I play him. Him with the field spell is just really, really good, and this deck can search a lot. Like, sometimes I'll find myself searching like 5 cards in 1 turn, and it is just really stupid. Next, I play 2 Spear Kuriboh. I like 2 of this guy because he protects my monsters and he is tribute fodder in the graveyard. If you guys don't know what he does, whenever an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can discard him, switch the monster that's declaring the attack to defense, and if he is in your graveyard, you can banish him as tribute fodder for a ritual summon. So he is really good and really useful. I like him a lot. I'm playing 2 Maxis. Because, well, this deck is a bit slow and it does need to get to its combo pieces. So by having 2 Maxis, you can get to them a bit faster, hopefully, and also possibly make it to where your opponent doesn't want to do anything for the turn, which can also save your butt. Then I play 1 Charging Guide of Fierce Knight. Swift Guide is completely different. Charging Guide of Fierce Knight. He's pretty good if he's tributed for anything. You get searched for a BOS monster. It doesn't have to be a ritual monster, it can be any BOS monster. Also, if he is in your hand, you can normal summon him without tributing, but his attack points become 1900. So he's a pretty good monster overall. I play tested him at 2, but I found him being at 1 a lot better because that way you don't draw into him as much. Although that also means you don't get to search off of him very much. So next I play 3 of the field spell. This field spell is really, really good. Whenever it's activated, you search for any of the BOS ritual monsters or for a Gaia monster. And every time a monster is sent from the field or a hand to the graveyard, it gets a counter on it, which means those counters are really useful for things. Once you have 3, you can remove 3 to search out any ritual spell. Additionally, counters are needed for the counter trap card, which is pretty nice. I play 3 of the ritual spell. It can be used for any BOS ritual monster. Additionally, if it's in your graveyard, you can banish it, a light, and a dark monster in your graveyard. Special summon a BOS ritual monster from your hand. So, really, once this is in your graveyard, it's not dead, and it's really good. Also, banishing a light and a dark can trigger the Little Knights effects if you're banishing them, which is really good, because those two search for a ritual monster and a ritual spell when they're banished, which can further your plays and possibly go for an OTK. You sadly cannot use its grave effect the turn it's sent to the graveyard. I play 2 trade-ins. I thought about playing 3 since I'm playing 6 level 8s, but I feel like 2 is good enough. It helps dig through your deck, and you don't really mind sending your guys to the graveyard because you do have ways to get them back with like Super Soldier Rebirth and stuff. So I like 2 trade-ins. It's been working out for me pretty well. 2 MST to deal with back row. This deck does not like back row very much. 1 Force Burial and 1 Rhoda. Force Burial to get the Super Soldier Soul into the graveyard, and reinforcements to search out for the Knights, or Super Soldier Soul if needed. And then 1 the Warrior Returning Alive. This is my tech card of the deck, and it just simply lets you get back BOS Envoy, it lets you get back any of your BOSs, and I really like this because it just is so useful. You can also get back Charging Gaia, which of course can be used for tribute fodder and stuff. And I really do like playing this just as a one-of to get back my stuff that I need. It can also really be helpful for getting combos going. Next, I play 3 of the counter trap card. Basically what this says is when a card or effect that targets a card on the field is activated and you control a BOS monster, you can negate that effect and destroy it. Additionally, you can remove a spell counter on the field to set this card from your graveyard but banish it when it leaves the field. So this card is basically anti-Magispector, it's anti-101, anti-Castel, it's anything that targets, and there's a lot of targeting effects in the game, and this stops them all. You can stop Ignister Prominence as well, because he targets the initial card to destroy, to shuffle a card on the field, so you can stop Ignister. You can stop a lot of really broken cards out there, or just really standard ones. Then I play 3 Super Soldier Rebirth. I was playing it 2, but I found that I never saw it enough, so I bumped it up to 3, and now I see it enough to where I like it. Basically, you send a BOS monster you control to the graveyard, spell summon BOS with a different name from your hand. If this card is in your graveyard, it's at the turn that it was sent there. You can banish it to add a BOS monster from your graveyard back to your hand. I really like this card. It's really good, and also you can chain it to stuff like 101 or Castel to save your monster from being shuffled or taken. So I like this card quite a bit. On to the extra deck. Again, the extra deck really does not matter very much because you hardly ever go into it. This deck really does heck, you could play without an extra deck and be just fine, but you kind of need to. So 1 Geiger Cowboy for that last bit of burn, 1 Abyss Dweller to stop graveyard effects, 1 Subaba General. I feel I'm just kind of throwing him in there for space. He's not that bad. You detach an Exceeds material, equip a warrior in your hand to him, and he gains that monster's attack points. So you equip a BOS onto him, he's going to jump up to 5,000. 1 Castel, 1 Heroic Champion, the Excalibur, 1 101, Blade Armor Ninja, Ragna Zero, Karen Gorgon, Dark Rebellion Exceeds Dragon, Masquerade, Gimmick Puppet Giant Grinder. For some reason I want to call him Strings. So if you guys don't know what this guy does, is you detach an Exceeds material, pop a special summon monster on your opponent's side of the field, and if it was an Exceeds monster, your opponent takes damage equal to its attack points, and you can do that twice a turn, so it's really good. 1 Felgrand, 1 number 107 Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon, and then 1 Galaxy Eyes Full Armor Dragon to round out the extra deck. The reason why I'm playing him is because he's quite a beat stick, and sometimes this guy isn't really needed, so you just go into him and then you overlay him onto him, and then you can pop stuff. So guys, that is the deck. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you all for watching, and thank you Team APS for letting me be on your channel. I appreciate it a lot, guys. I do deck profiles all the time. I also do duel videos. I do live streams. I do discussions. I'm a bit of an every channel. I'll do quite a lot of everything. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you all for watching. Have a great day, and peace out.